Most people don't buy life insurance because of fear. Not fear of dying, but fear of being tricked, scammed, or taken advantage of. And honestly, I don't blame them. When you search life insurance online, you get a mix of horror stories, angry reviews, confusing explanations, and people yelling that it's all a scam. So people walk away thinking, it's too expensive. It won't pay when I need it. I'm young. I don't need it. Agents only care about commissions. But here's the truth. Nobody is saying loudly enough. These ideas aren't facts. They're myths. Dangerous myths. Myths that leave families unprotected. Myths that cost people thousands of dollars. And myths that make good people delay financial protection until it's too late. Today, we're not just debunking these myths. We're going to destroy them, expose the truth behind them, and give you the clarity you've never been given by agents, companies, or online gurus. If you've ever wondered whether life insurance is actually worth it, or whether you've been misled your whole life, you're about to discover the truth. Welcome back to insured, the channel where we take the confusion, fear, and frustration out of insurance, and replace it with clarity, confidence, and real knowledge. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest reasons people avoid getting life insurance. Myths, misconceptions, misinformation. Most people aren't making bad decisions. They're making decisions based on wrong information. And these myths spread everywhere. At family gatherings, in group chats, on social media, from misinformed finance influencers, and even from poorly trained insurance agents. People say things like, life insurance is only for old people. If I'm healthy, why waste money? Insurance companies never pay. It's all just a scam to take your money. Term is always better. Whole life is always better. Only rich people need policies. Here's the dangerous part. These myths don't just confuse people, they stop people from protecting their families. They prevent parents from securing their children's future. They leave spouses vulnerable. They cause families to rely on GoFundMe when tragedy strikes. And the saddest thing, every single one of these myths is false. So in this video, we're breaking everything down into 7 powerful parts. 5 major myths. The ones people believe the most, plus 2 bonus segments that will give you the complete picture of how life insurance really works. We'll cover why these myths exist, who spreads them, why they sound believable, and the real truth behind each one, all explained in simple, clear language, no jargon, no fear tactics, no industry nonsense, just honest, practical knowledge that gives you control over your own financial protection. By the end of this video, you'll think about life insurance differently, forever. You'll understand exactly what matters, what doesn't, and how to see through the myths that confuse millions of people. So let's jump into the first myth, and trust me, it's one that almost everyone gets wrong. This is without question the most common myth on the planet when it comes to life insurance. People assume it costs hundreds of dollars per month. Something only wealthy people or older adults can afford. But here's the truth, most people don't know. We drastically overestimate the cost of life insurance. There was a study that showed over 70% of people think life insurance costs 3 times more than it actually does. People hear life insurance and imagine this massive monthly bill, when in reality, term insurance can be cheaper than a Netflix subscription. Think about that for a second. You'll pay for entertainment every month, but when it comes to protecting your family's entire future, people hesitate because of a myth. Let's break it down clearly. A healthy 30-year-old can get a $500,000 term policy for around $20, $30 a month. A healthy 40-year-old may pay $35, $45 a month. Even a 50-year-old might see $50, $70 a month depending on their health. These numbers shock people because no one ever explains them. Instead, they hear whole life insurance, look at the price tag, and assume that's the only type of insurance that exists. But here's something most people miss. Term life insurance is built for affordability. It's simple, clean, and protects your family during the exact years they need it the most, while you're reworking, raising kids, paying bills, paying off a mortgage, and building your future. And here's the real kicker. Life insurance becomes more expensive the longer you wait. Every birthday you have increases the premium. Every new health issue increases the premium. The longer you delay, the more you pay. People don't skip life insurance because it's expensive. People skip it because of myths, assumptions, and fear of the unknown. But once you see the real numbers, once you understand how term life insurance works, you realize this myth doesn't protect your wallet. It puts your family at risk, and that's a cost you can't ever get back. This myth is especially common among people in their 20s and 30s, and honestly, I get why. When you're young, life feels stable. You feel healthy. You feel invincible. Bills already feel overwhelming, so the idea of adding another payment seems unnecessary. But here's the truth. Being young and healthy isn't a reason to avoid life insurance. It's the best reason to get it. When you're young, you're at the lowest risk of health problems, which means you get the lowest premiums of your entire life. You not just buying protection, you buying a locked-in price that stays with you for decades. Here's the reality most young people don't see. Your age determines your premium. Your health determines your approval. As life goes on, both of those change, and not in your favor. I've seen thousands of stories where people waited, and then suddenly life hit them with something unexpected. A diagnosis, a medical condition, a health scare, a lifestyle change, or simply getting older. Suddenly, the cheap policy they could have locked in at 25 becomes 5x more expensive at 35, or impossible to even qualify for. And then there's the emotional side. Young people often think, I don't have kids yet, so why bother? But here's the truth. Your family now and your future family both deserve protection. You may not plan to need life insurance, but you also don't plan for accidents. You don't plan for sudden illness. You don't plan for unpredictable life events. That's why they recalled unpredictable. Life insurance isn't purchased because you expect something to happen. It's purchased because there's a chance it might. When you're young, you can turn a few dollars a month into a massive financial shield for the people you love. It is one of the smartest and most powerful financial moves any young adult can make. But it's also the one myth that prevents most from doing it. This is another big myth that stops millions of people from getting coverage. People think life insurance only matters if you have kids, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Let's break this myth wide open. First, even without dependents, you still have financial responsibilities. Funeral and burial expenses, medical bills, credit card debt, student loans, car loans, personal loans, taxes, miscellaneous end-of-life expenses. And guess who gets stuck with that bill when you're gone? Your parents, your siblings, your spouse or partner, your friends who love you even if you don't have kids. Someone pays the cost, and it's not the insurance company, unless you have a policy. Second, many people do have dependents. They just don't recognize it. Elderly parents who rely on you, a sibling you help financially, a partner you split bills with, a co-signed loan, a business partner, a mortgage you share. Dependents are anyone whose financial life gets shaken if something happens to you. Third, getting life insurance before you have dependents is one of the smartest planning moves you can make, because you lock in a low rate before life changes. Most people don't plan to build a family. Most people don't plan to buy a home, but life happens, and it usually happens fast. By the time many people realize they need coverage, their age or health has already raised the price, or eliminated options entirely. Life insurance is not just about who depends on you today. It's about protecting the people you may build a future with tomorrow. It's about making sure your financial story ends with clarity, not chaos. And that's something everyone deserves, with or without kids. This myth probably comes from social media, angry Reddit threads, and stories people repeat without understanding. Let's start with the real, verifiable truth. Over 98% of life insurance claims get paid out. In many companies, the payout rate is above 99%. This is one of the most reliable industries in the world when it comes to paying claims because legally, they have to. Life insurance is a contract, not a suggestion, not a promise. A signed, legal, enforceable contract. It cannot be denied unless there is fraud, lies on the application, non-payment of premiums, death during the contestability period under suspicious circumstances. That's it. Most my uncle's friend's cousin didn't get paid. Stories come from one thing. The person lied or left out important information. If you apply truthfully, you get paid truthfully. It's that simple. The myths sound scary because people share the worst-case stories, not the millions of families who received life-changing payouts when they needed it most. Here's the reality. Insurance companies want to pay. They are legally obligated to pay. They are financially equipped to pay. It's their whole business model. Think about this. If companies didn't pay claims, the entire industry would collapse. They wouldn't have customers. They wouldn't have trust. They wouldn't exist. The idea that companies never pay is a myth built on misinformation. The truth, life insurance is one of the few financial products guaranteed to do exactly what it promises as long as you're honest and the policy is active. When people repeat the myth that companies don't pay, they're not protecting themselves. They're re-hurting their own families by avoiding something that could save them financially during the worst moments of life. This might be the most confusing myth of all, and the reason is simple. People want a simple answer to a complex question. Agents push what they prefer. Gurus online push what they believe. Everyone wants one-size-fits-all, but life insurance is not one-size-fits-all. Here's the truth. Term isn't automatically better. Whole life isn't automatically better. They're different tools for different needs. Term life insurance, term is pure protection. You pay a low monthly premium for 10, 20, or 30 years, and if something happens during that time, your family gets paid. Term is perfect for young families. People on a budget, mortgage protection, income replacement, temporary financial responsibilities. It's affordable, simple, and incredibly effective. Whole life insurance. Whole life lasts forever, and it builds cash value you can use. Whole life is great for wealth building, tax advantages, business planning, retirement planning, estate planning, final expenses, high net worth strategies. It is more expensive, but it offers lifetime coverage and financial benefits that term doesn't. So what's the real scam? Not the policy. The wrong policy for the wrong person. The myth appears because agents push whole life for the commissions. Meanwhile, online gurus push term because it's cheap. The truth is in the middle. The right type of insurance depends on your goals, your budget, and your stage of life. No more, no less. Sometimes the smartest move is term. Sometimes the smartest move is whole life. Sometimes the smartest move is BOTH, a blended strategy to maximize protection and wealth building. What's not smart? Letting a myth choose for you. Here's the biggest misunderstanding of all. People think life insurance is only for parents or older adults. Wrong. Life insurance is for anyone whose passing would create a financial burden. Let's break it down clearly. You need life insurance if you have a spouse or partner even. If they earn their own income, your shared financial life would be impacted. Rent, mortgages, bills, everything changes when one income disappears. You have children, this one is obvious. Life insurance protects their future, their education, their stability, and their home. You have a mortgage if something happens. Someone else becomes responsible for that debt. Life insurance prevents your family from losing the home you built. You have co-signed debt, student loans, car loans, personal loans. Someone else becomes liable. You have aging parents if they depend on you financially. They're considered dependents. You own a business. Business partners use life insurance to protect the company. It supports buy-sell agreements, key-person insurance, and debt repayment. You want to leave a legacy. Even a small policy can create meaningful generational wealth. You simply want your family to be financially secure. Even if you think no one depends on you today, someone always ends up paying for your final expenses. Life insurance isn't about how much money you have. It's about how much responsibility you carry. If your financial absence would create a problem, life insurance solves that problem instantly. Simple, powerful, essential. This is the part that saves people thousands of dollars and prevents bad decisions. Here is the simple, foolproof method for choosing the right life insurance policy. Step 1. Calculate your real needs. Use the DIME method. Debt, income replacement, mortgage, education. For kids, most families need 10 to 15x their income. Step 2. Understand term versus whole. Term equals simple, affordable, temporary protection. Whole equals lifelong protection plus cash value plus tax benefits. Decide based on budget, financial goals, family situation, long-term planning. Step 3. Compare at least 3 companies. Different companies offer different pricing based on age, health, lifestyle, policy type. Step 4. Never buy more than you can afford. Some agents oversell. A good policy is one you can keep long-term. Step 5. Read the policy clearly. Ask, what's guaranteed? What's optional? What changes over time? A clear policy equals a good policy. Step 6. Work with an independent agent, not someone who only sells one company. Independent brokers compare prices for you. Step 7. Avoid emotional pressure. Life insurance is love, but choosing the right policy requires logic. When you follow these steps, there is no scam. There's only clarity, confidence, and protection. At the end of the day, life insurance isn't about sales, it isn't about companies, and it isn't about myths. Life insurance is about protection. It's about responsibility. It's about love, the kind that lasts long after you're gone. The truth is simple. People don't avoid life insurance because it's bad. They avoid it because of myths. Myths that stop them from securing their family's future. But now, you know the truth. You know how it works. You know how to choose the right policy. And most importantly, you know why these myths are dangerous. If this video opened your eyes or taught you something new, subscribe to InsureByte, where we simplify insurance and protect your future. Like this video to help more people break free from misinformation. Comment your questions. I answer as many as I can personally. Your future matters. Your family matters. And I'm here to help you protect both. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.